memories I could think of, it's maybe not my favorite memory, but one that's pretty funny is that time we went out skidooing and we hit the bump and I fell off the back and we both sort of thought my back was broken. And when we called Mom, I kept saying over and over, I'm not gonna die, I'm not gonna die. And I think we were both pretty freaked out, and Mom was like, oh, you guys are both being ridiculous. And anyways, that's one that sort of sticks out for me a little bit, kind of funny. Yeah, but, you know, most memories are good, the ones I can remember anyways. Happy Father's Day. I'm pooping right now.
So, hi Ronald. We are all doing favorite memories, I guess. And so I would have to say that my favorite memory of you is when you were in the RCMP and you came home for the weekend and you only had 2 days and you were coming home to propose, but you had gotten in trouble while you were in training, so you came home and you had never not had a mustache since I knew you. So when you stepped off the plane and Adrian and I saw your face, we were kind of shocked, but I was still glad you came home to propose even though you didn't have a mustache. That's just one of my favorites.
My favorite memory of Ronald is when he used to sleep on my couch every weekend that him and Tina were dating.
So Mama and Prepare down at their camp, and they wanted to be in the video, but they didn't have anything to make one, so she called me, and I wrote down her memories. So my first favorite memory with Ronald is when he was 16 years old. It was a Halloween night. He put his speakers in the loft room that him and Donald had moved into, and he played scary music through those speakers as loud as they could all night. And it was so scary that Robert and Rachel Dueron ran home crying. The second memory was it was when Donald and him were in grade 1. And they were split up, so they were not in the same classroom, and Dad did not like that at all. So one recess, he decided that he was going to run away if he couldn't be in Donald's class. So they all went in from recess, and the teacher realized that Ronald was missing. So he called the mayor and asked if he was home, and she said no. So then they spent the rest of the afternoon looking for Ronald, who had ran away from school and climbed into a tree behind Oren and Mary's house. And that's where they found him, hiding in the tree. And after that, they put Donald and Ronald in the same class. So, yeah.
I'm here to talk about a memory that I have of Ronald when we were kids. This memory goes back to when I was 5 years old, and I remember this very clearly. Ronald would have been 4, and Donald as well. Donald would often end up in the hospital in Blacks Harbour with asthma attacks, and this particular time he ended up there for 3 days. So it was time to go pick him up. It must have been summertime because I remember we didn't have jackets on. So my mom, we were all getting in the car. My mom was driving, and Aunt Yvonne was in the front seat, and all us kids were in the back seat. And back then you didn't need seat belts, so there was a lot of us back there. And all of a sudden I look over, and the back door opens, and Ronald falls out onto the pavement. And of course I was very scared, and I think that's why I remember it so well. And that's why I remember he didn't have a jacket on. I remember he had short sleeves and shorts. And so I say to Mom, stop the car. So she stopped, got out of the car, picked Ronald up off the pave, put him in the back seat, shut the door, and off we went. I'm sure you remember this too, Ronald. Love you. Happy Father's Day.
Hi Dad, some of my favorite memories of us are when we lived in Whitehorse and you had Mondays off, so every Monday was Daddy and Jordan Day, and in the winters we would go on the snowmobiles, and in the summer we would go out on the boat and go fishing, and we would always stop at that convenience store and you would buy me Skittles. And I also really liked whenever you went on trips and you were gone for a few days, you would always come home with really awesome gifts for us, and that was always fun. And it was really fun also when we went camping and you would always be on the barbecue and blast your music.
Happy Father's Day, Ronald. My favorite memory of you is probably right after Avea was born, and you accepted me as one of the family members, and I really appreciate that. And I thank you for letting me marry your daughter as well.
Yeah. What's your favorite memory about Prepare? Do you like Prepare? Prepare. Say, I love you. Weston, what's your favorite memory about Prepare? Weston, what's your favorite memory?
Uh-oh, he's getting mad.
Hi, Bea.
He asked me in the video too.
My favorite memory of you is when you feed me, feed me, feed me.
Tell him. Is that your favorite memory? Is that your favorite? Tell him your favorite. Is that your favorite? But is it your favorite? What about when it's gonna rock? When it's gonna rock? Yeah. Is that your favorite? If it's gonna rock it, yeah. Okay.
All right, so a story about Ron. Well, one that comes to mind is when we were in PEI, and we were having a soccer tournament game over there, and it wasn't going all that well. And I was getting jacked up, getting excited, you know, kind of getting on the girls' cases to play a little harder, work a little better. And then I send them out on the field again, and I turn around, and there's Ron sitting in his lawn chair with a leg up over the side, chewing away on some sunflower seeds, and I'm just looking at him going like, how can you possibly do that at a moment like this? And that vision stays with me all the time.
Dad, happy Father's Day. So my favorite memory of you is probably when we were driving across Canada and we were in the motorhome and Joel was sitting up front with you, and I think it was Joel's first time up front. And we were driving and all of a sudden you started hitting your shirt, and next thing we knew we were pulled over in the middle of the highway and your shirt was off and there was this huge grasshopper just on your chest and you were freaking out. It was so funny. And one of my other favorite memories of you is whenever we were in school and we'd have like any kind of appointments like dentist or doctor or whatever, you'd come and you'd pick us up, and then after our appointment was done, you would always take me somewhere to get me like an ice cream or like McDonald's for lunch or something, and it was just really nice. And one of my most recent memories of you, that it's my favorite, is right after Avea was born and I was pregnant for Weston. You and I would just go, just the two of us, and we'd sit in the hot tub and, you know, we'd talk about, well, pretty much everything. And yeah, it was really nice. Okay, love you. Bye.
Well, my story. My story is I went golfing with Ron, and the first time I've ever met Gerald, and we all went down to Cape Breton and played played golf with Gerald and Ron and Wayne, and I think relative of Bob's. Anyway, and the whole time we were golfing, Ron and Gerald giggled like little girls and farted on one another. And at the end of it, I wanted to kill both of them, and it was like playing golf with them two Canadian guys that fart in the South Park. Trying to giggle who could fart on each other the best. And anyway, so that's my first time I met Gerald. And I won't golf with either one of them anymore.
Hey, I was asked by Joel and Kelsey and Jordan if I could help out in doing a little video for Ronald for Father's Day. It's a little awkward. I've never really done anything like this before. But anyway, one of my favorite memories of Ronald is one day when he came home with his new dirt bike, Enduro dirt bike. I was pretty impressed. I don't know how old I would have been back then, but I remember him taking me out for drives. I thought it was pretty cool, me being the cool kid on the block for having a big brother with a motorcycle. I remember him taking me over to your mom's house, over to Wayne and Gracie's. That was pretty special. I know he didn't want me hanging out with him too much. Everybody knows he's 10 years older than me. And we all know that a 20-year-old probably doesn't want a 10-year-old kid tagging along everywhere they go. But it's okay. I'm bigger and stronger than him now, so if he has anything to say about it, I can beat him up. And I can beat him in a finger fight too. Just joking. I remember Ronald always taking me down to the back shore. Not always, but when he was home, mostly from when he come home from university. That was a pretty emotional time for me when they come back from university, him and Donald. That's pretty much it. Happy Father's Day, Ronald. I hope this video helps out a little bit. This is a little bit different. I've never really taken a video.